So I tried to make this video yesterday, but it just kind of failed, and I just didn't have a lot of time, so I'm trying it again. Yeah, I'm not quite as enthusiastic about the Oscars as I was before the actual ceremony took place, but let me just get this out there. My overall feelings towards the Oscars are pretty positive, in the sense that I think the ceremony was pretty good. Yeah, James Franco probably was a little tiny bit baked, but he was hysterical. I thought all the bits they did were great. Anne Hathaway, they were just comedically awesome together. They worked very well, and I think it really kept the show entertaining. The show's more entertaining than it has been in years. That's saying something. The last couple of years were very dry and dull. And I don't really... And people are so overly critical of the ceremony itself and just point out little flaws, and I don't want to do that. Especially with the fashion thing. I don't concern myself with superficial crap like that. It's just not necessary, especially for someone like me. Because it's all bullshit, folks, and it's bad for you. If you actually get where that's from, you are now on my list of favorite people. Along with the person that actually said that. He's really up there, too. So anyway, I think the fault of the Oscars, and this is going to come as no surprise, were the winners. They suck. It's past the point where it's just like, it's some disagreements that I have with the choices. It's just so overtly political and just douchebaggerish, which is most likely not a word, that it's just hard not to get angry about them. I'm gonna jump really into the big ones, but I want to quickly talk about the fact that I think Inception, yes, it's a technically amazing movie. Really, and I also caught on to the fact that every single person who won the award thanked Chris Nolan, and you know, we all realize that, but I really don't think it deserves cinematography, or I think it deserved it, but Black Swan deserved it way more. Just really groundbreaking camera work in that movie. Now I'm upset about documentary feature for two reasons. It seemed that the Oscars were trying to make a political statement rather than awarding true art. No pun intended, but happily accepted. I just really think they were going for the Wall Street movie because, you know, it's with the times. But, okay, fine. I think Inside Job is a great movie, but Exit Through the Gift Shop should have won. It is a far superior movie. And they're so damn political. But, I mean, like, yeah, you'll award that movie for, like, being about times, but you won't award The Social Network, which is generation-defining. And the second reason, I wanted to see what would have happened with Banksy winning. Like, what would he do? Would he come up and accept, or... yeah, and Alice in Wonderland winning 2 Oscars, I mean... Yeah, it looked good, but there's a point where there's just so much CGI, it's really hard to differentiate from actual, you know, human work, rather than just making things look good with animation. The people who accepted for, I think, art direction, the guy who put the Mad Hatter hat on the Oscar, they were just so, like, humble and nice that it made up for it. They were really just genuine, and which is what I love about the smaller awards, or the foreign, categories. They're always just these people who never get noticed. No one ever realizes them, and now they're on stage in front of millions of people and in front of these huge, big actors and directors, and it's just so, watch them be so humbled and so taken back. And I mean, for people in like the best animated short or the best short or foreign language movie, you know, these people that, you know, no one knows their name, no one's heard of them, and it's really, you know, gratifying to see these people. And I always love the speeches they make because they're so real. You know, instead of people who are always in the limelight, even though I love watching their speeches too. Everybody's equal. There was some other kind of upsets. I mean, like, If I Rise is, you know, an overall better song, but I don't think I can get angry about Toy Story 3 winning an award. And it winning Best Animated Feature was probably, like, the easiest one to call a night, up there with Bale and Portman. Let's move on to the ones that had the big impacts, and were just really the ones that everybody had grievances with. Best Director, Best Picture. Now, from the point where The Social Network came out in October, up until maybe a few weeks ago, it really, every award show that had been in that time, it was sweeping. Not even just winning, but completely sweeping. And, yeah, it deserved that. It's my second favorite movie of the year, but as, you know, as a award movie, definitely deserved them. I just love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's such a generation-defining movie. How can you not award that? So, and in the last couple weeks, King's Speech really took the reins, took on full speed because, you know, it came out later. It started getting in the limelight at the same time as the big awards shows, which always help it. I mean, last year we had Avatar win the Globe, and then Hurt Locker win the Oscar. This year, Social Network King's Speech, and not in any way am I comparing Avatar to Social Network, because that is just kind of fucking blasphemy. And I mean the fact that the Social Network is just infinitely better than Avatar in every possible way. I'm not the other way around. What really irks me about it is just the fact that it's so... it doesn't feel real. Like, they really feel like the King's Speech is the best movie here. It's just the best movie for them. The best Oscar movie. And I don't really like the term Oscar bait, because it's basically just saying, well, this movie is trying to achieve to its highest form and win an Oscar. Not that the Oscars always award the highest form, obviously. But I think why... If you're making an Oscar bait movie, that's just basically saying, I want to make a movie good enough for the Oscars, and don't you want all filmmakers to strive to make something good like that? So, I try to refrain from using the word Oscar movie or Oscar bait, because Oscar movie can you just be... Because The Social Network, essentially, when stripped down, it is an Oscar movie, even though it would have been made regardless if the Oscars ever existed, because Facebook, just a huge thing, huge concept to make a movie about. But at its end, what is it going to take what will it take the Academy to award a movie that both people are praising as one of the best movies ever made? Because there's a lot of people who are saying that. Critics are doing it. It is like perfect Oscar movie as well. It has that really big subject matter that the Oscars go for. It's big drama, courtroom style, you know. Biographical. You guys love this movie. Why won't you award this movie? And I know people who are big Social Network fans are going to be angry at the King's Speech. But even if the Social Network won, there would have been a whole bunch of hate on that. Any movie that wins Best Picture gets hated on for a long-ass time, which is why I can't listen to people talk about the Best Picture winners for at least like a year after, because it's just always complaining. No matter what won Best Picture, a huge amount of hate would have come on it, whether it be from Inception fans or any other fans of movies. It always happens. People will never be satisfied. That's just society. But in this case, The Social Network really did deserve to win. And I don't think The King's Speech deserves hate either, because The King's Speech is a phenomenal movie. If you dismiss it as Oscar bait, well, you're probably just delusional or angry about The Social Network. It truly is. It's a great movie. I really like the movie. I'm a little more, slightly more disdainful, but I think as a movie in its whole, I still really like the movie. But what I thought was, I could have seen it winning Best Picture. Let's just say, I don't believe this, or I don't think this, not my opinion, I don't hold this opinion, that it's a better overall movie than The Social Network. But let's just say for a minute that, just try to see it in the light where it's a better overall movie for different aspects. But one aspect that I can just never see King's Speech having better than The Social Network is the one it won for, Best Director. There is no reason, it's completely inexplicable why Tom Hooper won over David Fincher, even if you say, like, well, for this reason The Social Network or The King's Speech is better than The Social Network. Well, that one reason, okay, let's just say it's overall better. But from a directing standpoint, there is no way in hell that The King's Speech is better than The Social Network. The Social Network had aspects of experimental filmmaking in it. It just looks so viscerally amazing, just for so many reasons. David Fincher did an amazing job on that movie. Tom Hooper, I think the strong suits of this King's Speech are the screenplay and the acting. The direction, yes, it's good, very good as well, but still, just doesn't trump David Fincher. And I think I would have been less upset about King's Speech winning Best Picture if they gave Best Director to David Fincher, which is another bullshit point. Like, director and Best Picture don't always have to go hand in hand. It's possible to make an overall better movie, but yet the direction may be better in another movie. So, just stop sticking to these guidelines, because there are no definable guidelines for every situation and set of movies. They will branch out, and the Oscars never seem. They always say very regimented, and it's... I'm rambling here, and I didn't want to do that, that's why they remade the video. And I will not deny it. King's Speech, great movie. Almost all the nominees for Best Picture were amazing movies. And I'm still not mad that it won. Come on. I am actually pretty mad that it won, yes. But it's because The King's Speech, great movie, always the Oscar contender. Movies like this have been made many times before. They have. I'm not saying in the exact same way, and it definitely has its own independent qualities, but movies like that, we've seen them before. The Social Network. Never really seen a movie like that before, and I'll say that seeing many, many, many movies, huge film buff, and I really haven't seen a movie in a majority close to The Social Network. Not just in quality, but just in filmmaking aspects. So The King's Speech, movies like this, they come along almost every year, almost every couple of years. Do big at the Oscars. They're very well received. Great movies still. Movies like The Social Network, they come along maybe every once in a decade to define that generation and just become a classic. And I think it is very generation defining, even if it's not glorifying of the generation. You know, it really shows, I mean, it's very relatable for me, because I've lived through this generation, obviously, but just such a remarkable movie, and it's sad that it was not rewarded for that. But, you know, deep down, I still love the movie, and nothing's gonna change that. So, I still think in years to come, The Social Network will prevail as the more memorable movie, even though I'm not going to say, oh, everybody's going to forget about The King's Speech. No, because The King's Speech is a great movie, and I intend on watching it more times, because I really do enjoy that movie. But Social Network, you're still the winner in my eyes, and many people. So David Fincher, you know, I'm sorry, they basically just took a shit on your career, because you've gone unawarded for amazing movies, Seven, Zodiac, Fight Club. I mean, even Benjamin Button. I'm not a big fan, but still, never been awarded. Should have just, come on, really? I mean, you'll award Melissa Leo, who Haley Seinfeld should have won, but you'll reward Melissa Leo because of your political ideal for awarding people for their careers instead of for the specific performance. But why won't you award David Fincher for his career instead of a specific thing, even if his specific thing was better than Tom Hooper's? I have faith in David Fincher that he'll make another amazing, amazing movie that will hopefully get awarded by the Oscars. And if they don't award you again, you know what, just take a shit in the box, label it Tom Hooper's semen sample, and send it to the Academy, because they will just eat that shit up without even looking first. I'm sorry. Whatever. I know, I'm obviously a little flustered, but, you know, no hard feelings. I love The Social Network so much. So, peace out, guys. Tell me what you thought of the Oscars below. You know, I didn't get to go in all the stuff I really wanted to, but, yeah, I'm just gonna start rambling, so... Peace.